Hey everybody, it's Tom with Path to Billions. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a quick 5 tips on how to improve your IPI on Amazon FBA. Now for those who don't know what IPI is, I actually did a full in-depth video on IPI and I'll link it down in the description below. This video is targeting people who are new to Amazon and are looking to reach that 400 point threshold that you need to get unlimited storage at Amazon's warehouses. Just a quick recap if you haven't seen that video yet. IPI stands for Inventory Performance Index, and it is how Amazon tracks your ability to manage inventory. There are actually 4 main metrics that Amazon uses to track this, and they are excess inventory, your sell-through rate, your stranded inventory, and your in-stock rate. Again, if you want to dive deeper into all 4 of these metrics, just go down in the description and watch that video after you watch this one. The 5 tips I'm going to give you in this video are going to actually focus on all 4 metrics so that way you can improve your score overall. So let's get into it with the first tip, and that is to focus on products with a higher sales velocity. This means when you're outsourcing for products for Amazon, you want to pay close attention to sales rank. I can actually make a whole video about sales rank in the future for you guys, but for this video, the very basics of sales rank are the lower the rank, the quicker it sells. But keep in mind, each category has its own sales rank. So 100,000 in toys is going to be completely different than 100,000 in books. Sales ranks is something you really want to get to know when you start getting into Amazon, because by learning the sales ranks, you can focus on products that sell quicker and have a higher turnover. This first tip will help you improve your sell-through rate because it will increase the number of sold units versus the amount of units you have sitting in stock. Also, keep in mind if you're a brand new seller, this is really important for you because you don't want to invest your capital into a product that's going to sit around for a while. You want to have your money turning over quickly so that way you can reinvest it back into other products. This actually leads me right into my second tip, which is another sourcing tip, which is to focus on replenishable products. Now, the reason you want to focus on replenishable products is because if you think about it, you're outsourcing, you find a product with a low sales rank and a good profit margin, so you send it to Amazon and it sells. But if you found that item in the clearance aisle, you're not going to be able to find it again. However, if you focus on replenishable products, you can keep sending that product in over and over again. This helps with your FBA in-stock rate, because you're keeping your products in stock. Because you can go back out and find the same product repeatedly, your in-stock rate will look much better. To improve your in-stock rate, you want to focus on finding products that you can keep replenishing. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with selling a one-off item that you find clearance. I do it all the time and they can be great money makers. Just keep in mind that you want to have both replenishable products and non-replenishable products in your inventory. And that's just because you want to keep your in-stock rate up. Now, tip number 2.5 is smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Tip number 3 will also help your in-stock rate, and that is simply by hiding recommendations for non-replenishable products. Yes, it is actually that simple to improve your in-stock rate. Obviously, you could abuse this and hide recommendations for all your products, but then you'd be missing out on the treasure trove of information Amazon gives you. If you want to learn more about the information Amazon gives you on your in-stock page, you could check that video that I mentioned earlier. So hide the recommendations for non-replenishables and keep the recommendations for replenishables. And with those recommendations, keep those items in stock. Going along with replenishables is tip number 4, which is to maintain the right level of inventory on Amazon. When you start finding replenishable products to sell on Amazon, you now need to figure out how many you should send in and how many you should keep in stock at any given time. There are a couple things you have to keep in mind when determining this number, and those things are how long it takes you to source this product, how much time does it take to become active on Amazon, how many sell in a given time period, and how easy is it for you to find this product. Is this a product that you can walk into any Walmart any time of the day and find, or is this a product that only shows up at your local TJ Maxx once a month? For example, the way I run my business is I send in a shipment every week. So a couple things I have to keep in mind is that I am finding products on a weekly basis. I have to keep in mind how long it takes me to prep and send in the items to Amazon. I have to keep in mind how long it takes for Amazon to have my products go active, and also keep in mind about Amazon Purgatory, which is FC processing. This is where Amazon will take your products and send them to facilities across the country and make them available at other warehouses. With all that in mind, I keep about a month's supply on hand at any time. There's a couple reasons why I don't go over a month's supply, and one of them is because you never know when another seller is going to find your replenishable product and the price might drop. Also, you don't know whether the manufacturer or Amazon might jump onto the listing, and both of those have happened to me in the past. Now, for IPI and Amazon's sake, they don't want more than 90 days supply on hand at any given time. And this 90-day supply is where excess inventory comes into play. Amazon considers any inventory excess when the following criteria are met. When at least one unit is more than 90 days old, the product you have listed has more than 90 days supply, and when Amazon determines the cost of holding onto your product is higher than what the cost of removing or selling that product would be. So for tip number 5, I mentioned that we're going to cover all 4 metrics that Amazon keeps track of. And so for tip 5, we are going to be talking about stranded inventory. For stranded inventory, this tip is also pretty simple, and that is just to simply keep an eye on your stranded inventory page and make sure none of your listings are going stranded. Now, you might be asking, why do listings go stranded in the first place? Now, for me personally, the number one reason I have inventory get stranded is simply because of deleted listings, which I'll go over in a second. Now, if you look at your stranded inventory page, you'll see that they actually give you a reason why your inventory became stranded in the first place, and all you have to do is resolve that issue, and then your inventory will be available for sale again. The main reason you want to avoid stranded inventory, besides improving your inventory performance index, is because you don't want to have products sitting around that's not able to sell. It does not make sense for you as a business owner. Now, for those of you who made it this far in the video, I hope you subscribe, and I got a bonus tip for you. I just mentioned in the last tip, delete listings when talking about stranded inventory, and this is another way that you could improve your IPI, and that is simply to go to your Manage FBA inventory page, delete any listings with no inbound, active, inactive, or reserved inventory. This simply helps clean up your inventory and improves your IPI by getting rid of any inactive listings. Once you start implementing these 6 tips in this video, you'll start seeing your IPI improve over time. Keep in mind, IPI is recalculated every week, so it will take some time to start seeing improvements, but this is something you want to focus on over the long term and keep your score going up. Now, don't forget to smash that like button, leave any questions you have down in the comments below, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.